Hello, viewers. Welcome back to the episode of With Flying Colors, the podcast series produced by School of Media and Communication, Manipal Academy of Higher Education, Dubai. In these series, we feature our alumni, especially who have graduated from our school from Mahe, Dubai. In today's episode, we have with us Anil, who has been an experienced event manager, event lead in the field, especially here in UAE, and has been conducting a lot of events across the world. So, Anil, when I understand your journey, you're someone, especially in terms of events, you're someone who's worked with concerts, music, tried products, got into F&B, and then what?
Then I got bored.
Okay.
Okay. I think the biggest reason for me, or biggest successor for me, has been boredom. And that's what pushed me to where I am today. This is a very interesting story. Thanks for asking. I actually want to tell it to you guys, and I think it's inspiring in some way as well. So, Burger Place. I was done with it. Actually, that put me in a very negative space. I think it was one of the lowest points of my life.
Okay.
I was working, like, I get it. I've worked for long in events to understand it comes with a lot of stress, and it comes with its own challenges. It's physically exhausting, but it's in parts. So you're not always, physically exhausted. You're not on your feet all the time. But here I reached a point where I'm doing it every day. So I just had enough, and plus it was not rewarding enough. So so I so I decided I need to make a change, and I saw an opening at Nas Daily
Okay.
that they are hiring for an event manager, and this was on LinkedIn.
Okay. And which year was this?
This was 2020, 2022.
Okay. After COVID.
Sorry, 23.
Okay.
Yeah. So there was an opening. They were hiring for an event manager. I checked the duties. The JD was perfect. I just felt it described me. I'm like, that's what I want. And very coincidentally, where we had set up the camp,
Okay.
Nas Daily had an office in Emirates Towers.
Okay.
So I was just walking by that office, no idea of this opening. I just realized, oh, everyone knows Nas Daily. Like, oh, his office is here. Okay, that's it. I passed by. And then I saw the opening. Okay, oh, they're hiring. I thought maybe it's a sign. But to get in a company like that, what the hell do you do?
Yeah.
Because you can apply on LinkedIn, you can do whatever the hell you want, but there's no way you'll be noticed. There are like 24,000 applications for how do you apply? Then I thought, you know what, I need to take matters in my own hand. So I made a very good portfolio of my work. So one thing I've always known is that you can take away everything from me. You cannot take away my work. Like what the experience I have,
Yeah.
that's mine, right? Like I could start from zero again today, but nobody will take away my experience. So I had that thought in mind. My wife, my lovely wife, actually, she gave me the idea that why don't you just go grab it? Like instead of trying to reach the HR manager and all these things, it's not going to help. So I took matters in my own hand. I developed a portfolio of my work. It's very unusual in events. I developed a good portfolio, designed it myself. I made like a big A3 booklet of my work from the start.
Wow.
And I wrote a bunch of good stuff about me, of course. Like,
On Instagram.
yeah, I'm
Okay.
Instagram, so
Yeah.
it needs to be like that. So then I made this portfolio. I put my pictures, put all the co-curricular stuff I did, and I made like a one good envelope. I just wrote on top of it that the search for your event manager ends here.
Nice.
Sorry, the search for your event manager ends with this envelope.
Okay.
That's what I wrote on the envelope. I took the envelope. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to drop this. I walked into the office, and I said, "Can I meet the HR manager?" They said, "You're in the wrong office."
Okay.
Yeah. And then I was turned back. Then I realized, okay, there are two offices. Then the next day I went again, and I gave my I gave I didn't say anything. I just said I just want this envelope to reach the HR manager. That's it. After that, I was like, "Jo hoga dekha jayega." I've done my part. So I gave it to him. I gave it to him like about 5:30 p.m. in the evening. 6:30 p.m. I had a call.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
They called me. I had like 4 rounds of interview. Nusar interviewed me personally,
Okay.
and I was on his story.
Okay.
The most creative application ever he received.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. So
Okay.
he put it on his story, and that's how I ended up. And my agency experience helped me a lot. Of course, this was the effort to get to that interview room, but what really helped was the agency experience. So at NAS Summit, they were planning to eliminate the agency completely. So they wanted an agency man.
Okay.
And I understood the dynamics of how an agency works and how to cut costs from what region and make the
Right.
event more profitable. And I just fit the bill right.
Yeah.
And that's how my journey at NAS Summit and NAS Daily started. So it's a very interesting story. I like to tell people this a lot because this is one thing I'm very proud of.
Yeah.
So that's how it started. And today be today I've done NAS Summits over 9 countries, and it's it's a 1,000 people event,
Yeah.
massively successful. Not even one of them has failed.
Yeah.
And yeah, like 6 more to go this year.
Right. Like I've personally come to one of the NAS
Yes.
summit that happened here in Dubai.
Yes.
And I've witnessed,
Yeah.
your work there, personally seen you running around
Yeah.
and seeing things. So from 23 to 24, like your recent event was at Vietnam.
Yeah.
Now you have another upcoming event, somewhere in Mongolia.
Mongolia.
So considering all these things, and you have also been in the industry at such a time during COVID,
Yeah.
where I think one of the worst hit industry, especially in media, would have been events.
that's true.
So how, as an event lead, event organizer, how do you keep yourself prepared to face such a situation?
Yeah. So COVID hit us really hard. Like it was one of the most impacted industries because we are a people business.
Yeah.
Like I said before, it's all about dealing with humans. It's about that connection. We were always in this image, like the rest of the world, that it'll get over in May. We'll be back.
Yeah.
So, but May turned to June, and then we all know the rest is history. So what happened at that time was a lot of events started pivoting to
Online.
online,
Yeah.
and I was in the agency at that time. People were getting laid off left and right. Agencies were letting people go off, but hats off to my agency. We were not let go of. We didn't receive a pay cut. The agency sustained itself. Now, how the pivot happened is virtual started coming into being.
Okay.
Personally, I'm in events. I'm allowed to say this. I hate it
Okay.
because events is more about. Imagine us doing this on Zoom. It's not fun.
Right.
But virtual became a big thing at that time. But the challenge was how to make virtual fun. Because all people were doing is switching off their cameras and sleeping.
Exactly.
So then because I used to do a lot of experiential events. So that's my background. So I create experiences. How do you make a boring HP corporate event a lot of fun?
Yeah.
Like you have distributors. These guys,
Yeah.
they come, they want to enjoy and take a hook back
Right.
with them.
Right.
Till they are on site or in a hotel or say wherever else, they have something to take back. But in COVID, how do you make that?
Yeah.
So just one of the examples was we started to integrate a lot of experiences for them through home, sitting in their houses.
Okay.
So for example, one of the examples was we did a chocolate tasting workshop
Online.
online.
Okay.
So we had prepared like 35 boxes of chocolate, like it's called Mirzam, and they do these specialty chocolate.
Okay.
So we pre couriered them already to them, and the event was set for this time. Once the event got over, then this chocolate tasting session starts. So it's a step by step process. So even I didn't know this, but there's a way you eat chocolate.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know if you.
I've heard about it.
Were you there at the Ladakh session in
Yeah.
NAS Summit?
Yeah.
How to break a chocolate?
Yes. Yeah.
So there's a way you eat chocolate, and that was very interesting for people. So how do you make them stay till the end? And that's how. So a lot of creativity was coming out this way. That how do you make a boring virtual event for people to stay?
Right.
How do you get them to turn on their camera? Like my company has a rule that we cannot take a meeting without our cameras on.
Okay.
because we're primarily a video company. We need to face people.
Right.
But in corporates, this rule doesn't apply. But how do you get these guys to open their cameras and
Talk.
have fun? And
Yeah.
so that's how we did it. So then this started with different things. So it started with chocolate, then something like a pottery, perfume making. We send them bottles, makes do.
Yeah.
So this generated a lot of interest.
Right.
It helped HP retain their distributors and make them happy. So that's what happened at that time.
Yeah.
Actually, thankfully we were here. So our lockdown was not so much.
Yeah, exactly. Compared to other
Like
countries.
the authorities did a fabulous job.
Absolutely.
Like by I think what 9 to 12 days.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we were all back out. They did a great job. So it didn't affect as much as it did like other countries. But yeah, it did impact the industry a lot because people were scared to come out.
Yeah.
But once that got over, I'll tell you where the shift happened. Jitex.
Okay.
That year when Jitex happened, because I think the authorities made sure that it happens, and I'm glad they did.
Yeah.
Though it was not as crowded as usually Jitex gets, but it did make a statement, and that helped people understand that it's okay to come out now.
Right.
And I think by the end of 2021, we were back on track.
Yes,
Like
we
of
even
course,
had
like
Expo.
it was not like before,
Right.
but again, like Expo was right around the corner.
Yes.
And that tough call was taken. But yeah, like after Jitex, the shift happened. People realized that, you know what, you cannot live in fear all the time.
Yeah.
So it's better to, just go out and have fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I think slowly things started falling in place. People started coming back, and I think by the mid of 2021, the event industry had almost like started same like the airline industry.
Yeah.
We were also pretty much 50% there. But yeah, to that fear to completely go out, I
It
think
took
maybe by
some time.
2022, like people were more comfortable.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was pretty hard hit, and it was very sad. But yeah, thankfully didn't lose my job,
Right.
and yeah, didn't do a lot of virtual as well. So I hate virtual.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we have been there, especially
Yeah.
being teachers.
Oh, yeah.
Seeing our students offline. I mean, without camera, it was
Yeah.
even difficult for us. I
Were
mean,
you guys sleeping? No, trust. I want to know. You just turn on the camera and sleeping. How are you taking attendance? I'm sorry, can I go off topic? It's fine.
Definitely, why not?
How are you taking attendance?
See, in our case, what we would do is we used to keep the attendance at the end of the class
Okay.
so that these guys remain.
Yeah.
And thankfully, see, we are teaching media where there is more scope for you to engage, involve people. Thankfully, I'm not teaching maths or, any
Yeah,
of
yeah.
these subjects because I really feel for them because, during one of the conversation I came across, a teacher had to finally force a student to switch on. And when the student switched on, the student was with the face pack.
Oh God.
And this has happened like even in the earlier classes.
Wow.
Or some of them like probably would have been sleeping, and enjoying. Probably our teaching would have been a lullaby for them as well.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, it was difficult.
I mean, it's fine. The skincare routine needs to be on point.
Yeah. Thank you, viewers, for joining us on the podcast series With Flying Colors, produced by School of Media and Communication, Manipal Academy of Higher Education, Dubai. Stay tuned as we broadcast an interactive session with most of our alumni who have graduated from Mahe, Dubai.